Hello friends, today I'm having one of my special guests for the Warcraft movie reviews with my brother here. He's a bigger Warcraft fan than I am. He knows more Warcraft lore than me, so I'll be asking him to review this full spoiler review of the Warcraft movie.
We might stand a chance.
Whatever you plan to do, do it now!
Hello friends, I know that this is a long coming full spoiler review of the Warcraft, but I know it's been a while, but it took me some time because I finally got my brother to watch the Warcraft movie because he's also a big Warcraft fan. Both of us are big Blizzard fans, you can say that, so finally I got him to watch it. And John, what do you think about the movie?
I think the movie is like, for us Blizzard fan, as a Warcraft fan, and when we know about the lore, the game mechanic, and all those, for anyone who's playing Warcraft, be it MMO, RPG, or the strategy game, if you know a bit of a story, you are very exciting to see this movie itself. So for me, as a Blizzard fan, a Warcraft fan, I think the movie is quite good, but in terms of general audience, I don't think they are really know what's behind the lore, the story, and it gets very confusing because of those many characters and what is happening around, such as fel magic and all those. So I believe, in my opinion, it's a good movie because I'm a Warcraft fan.
So are you saying that this film is more of a fan-based film?
Yes, it is the best fan-based film, because as you all know nowadays, the movie, like like from an app game to a movie like Angry Bird or all those other game movie, Max Payne, all those, I believe that this Warcraft film is a very good movie fan-based movie film. It is good.
But do you even recommend this kind of film to general audience, like people who doesn't really know Warcraft at all? Let's say our uncle.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's really recommended for him. But if you can maybe spare a moment or two, yeah, you should go and watch and see maybe the CGI, the action, for those things. Maybe get a little bit know about what is everyone really excited about this Warcraft. Why all the gamers are excited about? At least for those general audience, they can know a little bit about what this Warcraft is. Yeah, it might be intimidating at first, but you get along with it.
But would you say that in this film, do you find there's like tons of information in this film, like a lot of names, a lot of backstory and such?
Yes. Actually, there is okay, I'm not saying hundreds, but there's a lot of character. Okay, you can say that the main characters very obviously is Lothar from the Alliance, the King Lothar, and secondly, another main character. I wouldn't say he's the second character. He's also the main character, share with the same spot with King Lothar. Not King Lothar. It's just only Lothar. Yeah, it's King Lay. Where was I? Alright, it's Duraton from Orgrimmar. He represents the Orc and the Frostwolf clan. So there are actually two main characters, and then there are also other many characters that will actually puzzle the audience, which is Ogryn Doomhammer, Gul'dan, Garona, Medivh. Who else? Kanga, King Lane, and there are actually a lot of characters here.
So we already consider we have a lot of characters here, but as a fan, do you spot more stuff in this film? Like when we saw Gromhel's Green, we were kind of excited, right?
Yeah.
So I know that to the audience that it wouldn't be a concern because he's not really part of the whole Warcraft movie, but it's a nice Easter egg for the film. Am I right?
Yeah. Even as you all know, Ogryn Doomhammer, the second leader and best friend of Duraton, the weapon he's holding amazes all of us, all of the Blizzard fans. Because we Blizzard fans know what that weapon he's wielding, which is, as you know, Doomhammer, which will be given to Thor when he grows up, and that is the infamous weapon Thor will wield in the future for a Warcraft movie.
But can you say that this director Duncan Jones, he's doing a very very good job, trying to minimize a lot of stuff in the film. Like you think about it, in the original Warcraft lore, how the orcs became green was from a demon called, what's his name?
Manoroth.
Yeah, Manoroth, by drinking his blood. But in this film, they kind of like transfer a green fell magic to it. So in that sense, that Manoroth is not supposed to be in this film. Am I correct?
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say is that the director Duncan Jones is trying to minimize a lot of information so that you won't get the general audience to confuse. Is it? Am I right?
Yeah. It's actually correct. Like, actually, in the Warcraft world, there are a lot of, from the start to end, there are a lot of things happening, and even tons of character that this film have done very well to minimize all the only 6 or 5 characters for the general audience to focus on. But in the lore itself, you can say that there are even Kil'jaeden, there are Manoroth, Grom, Hellscream, and other many characters that are involved in all this. I believe that director Duncan Jones have done very very well to try to minimize all the information for all the audience to see. Yeah.
So what do you think about the CGI in this film?
I think that Toby Kebbell as Duroton, as the CGI makes him, the whole orc is very very real, and the rest of the orc is very real too, and especially Gul'dan, like you saw him, he's like the whole hood he's wearing, like when he revealed himself, wow, the whole CGI thing about Gul'dan is very real. Not only that, even the fell magic, like Medivh's blue, those magic color is real. It's the CGI is fantastic. It feel like this whole movie is in fantasy world, is combined with magic. Yeah.
So the way I felt that this film, they put a lot of budget into the CGI more than the casting, because the way I see this, that all the casting of the film, they're all kind of like B class actors, but they spend more money on the CGI, which to be honest, I felt like they look very very good, to the point it makes you really believe that what's going on. It doesn't look fake, to the point it's not believable. So I would really have to say that the CGI was very well done, to the point they have to cut down the budget of the film. Okay, I want to talk about the characters. What do you think of Lok'tar? I want to talk about the actors acting the characters. What do you think about Lok'tar?
Lothar. I'm not sure it's a mixed feeling actually. Like, yeah, he's trying to act as Lothar, but I'm not sure. Maybe the face, the facial appearance doesn't looks like Lothar, like what we imagine him to be of. Maybe he's a bit like, I don't know.
Am I saying correct? Am I saying correctly that he looks like a fucking pervert?
I don't know. Maybe to some audience, maybe he looks like one, but the other audience, he may looks like an ordinary person, just like that. I believe that the actor acting as Lothar, he needs to be tough, having that leadership guiding them. But in this film, this actor, he's trying to give his best, but it's just not there. The feeling is just not there.
Okay, let's go on to the next one. What do you think of Dominic Cooper as King Lane?
Oh, Dominic Cooper.
Okay, this is where we differ.
I don't think he's going to be a good king, because I've watched other Dominic Cooper as Tony Stark, Dan, and other role he's playing. He's just okay for his role as King Lane. I don't think he can be a king. Maybe he can play other miscellaneous character, but as King Lane, I'm not sure. No, he's not. He's just not king. Okay.
What about his performance as the King Lane? Performance-wise, instead of the appearance and the look.
No. Even his voice acting, like he's not strong enough to hold his voice. He doesn't have that battle cry to cheer all the people. He doesn't really have it. It's like for example, the battle cry, you can see all other movie leader movie, like when they shout, everyone like cheer, like Aragorn in Lord of the Rings. He has that face that looks like a leader. For King Lane, no, he doesn't look anything like a king.
Okay, let's go on to the next one. What do you think of Garona? I mean, Paula Payton as Garona.
Garona, I think she's okay. She's okay. She's good. Of course, with that makeup, I think she's good in acting. But well, because in the film, Garona is very confused, like choosing finding a place in the hall, and then she goes over to the alliance, and she start building again the loyalty, starting from the alliance and then going back to hall. It's like the actress trying to be like very confusing. I think yeah, she did okay. She did good. Okay.
Do you think that she's the way I see this is like the way she performs? I feel like she can be a potential actress to act as She-Hulk from Marvel Universe. Do you think?
I think she can be, just that maybe the height needs to be a little bit taller.
Higher, okay.
Ah,
Okay, what do you think of the guy playing as Kega?
Kega is okay, even though his face looks a bit boyish, a bit childish, like he haven't matured yet. But overall, he's okay. He's good because he was just a apprentice.
Serious? I felt like he doesn't his face doesn't look like he belongs to this world.
Yeah.
I do understand the word boyish because he's still a young magician, but for me, he doesn't feel like he's supposed to be in this world. That's how I think.
Actually, there is also a part of the law that says that after he abandoned from learning the sorcery from his master Medivh, so he is like being an outcast from all of the world until he sends a spell magic in Azeroth. So I'm not sure. Maybe the face he looks okay. He's a bit boyish, but still all of the time he looks quite confused. He's not being able to match with his master. That's why that face he's not very certain of himself. So I think in terms of acting he's okay.
Okay, what do you think of Medivh Gilman?
Ben Foster.
Oh, okay. So what do you think of Ben Foster as Medivh? Personally, I like him.
At first is actually good.
Because at first I wasn't sure whether Ben Foster can pull out Medivh this kind of character. But turns out that I like him a lot. What do you think?
Yeah, actually Ben Foster for this film as Medivh, he's good. Actually, he's quite good. Because when you saw him in other movie, he was like playing second role to the main villain or the main hero, the main character. But this time he is the guardian of Azeroth. So I think that this time he played quite well. You can see that he plays from the heroic part until he descends into the demonic, the evil guy. He's playing an evil guy. So I think he's good.
But at the end, he's still playing as a supporting character. That's what he has always been. What?
Yeah. But at least this supporting character is somehow important.
Plays a major role.
Plays a major role in Azeroth. That's why Ben Foster is there. He's like, he's not really useless nor very important. That's why he is there to stand in that point between very important and very useless. That's why he's there to become Medivh.
Now that we finished the Alliance side, let's go on to the Horde. What do you think of Dorotan?
Dorotan is good actually. He's the best. I think he's the best character throughout Azeroth. I'm not sure the motive of the director Duncan Chose behind this film, but I believe that he's trying to let us feel what the orcs feel, especially the Dorotan, because even in the beginning of the film, what we see first, what the beginning is the orc part, where all the orcs they trying to cross over to Azeroth. Even they focus on Dorotan. And Toby Kebbell, I believe he's the next Andy Serkis, the young version of Andy Serkis. He can really pull off those stunts. He's good. He has that charismatic feeling in him. The character, like he can show sympathy, he can show his anger, he can show his disbelief. Oh, Dorotan is good. It's really good. I believe that because in Planet of the Apes, Andy Serkis as Caesar, as you all know, the famous Andy Serkis. So who is playing the evil guy in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is Toby Kebbell as Koba. So I believe that there's a new rising star for not only Andy Serkis out there playing all those animated characters. Now Toby Kebbell is up to the challenge. He is now Dorotan and he is fantastic.
Alright, so what do you think about Daniel Wu as Gudan?
at first, just by the look of the poster, just by the name of the actor as the character, Daniel Wu as Gul'dan, I really couldn't believe it. In a pessimistic way, in a negative way, I feel like Daniel Wu as Gul'dan. What the hell is director Duncan Jones thinking, picking him up? Even in the trailer, there's a little bit of moment that shows Gul'dan. I was like, okay, he just cameo for 2 minutes. I'm not sure. When I watched the film, holy! So he is the main important villain throughout the whole film. He was fantastic, just as fantastic as Duroton. Whoa! Not only Toby Cable as Duroton is good, Daniel Wu as Gul'dan is very good too. He is evil enough. Nowadays, where do you get those evil character in the big blockbuster movie?
So to be honest, like this is the kind of like the Ultron we are expecting in the Age of Ultron. So because in the Ultron in Age of Ultron wasn't that menacing, whereas Gul'dan in this film was so menacing, so serious. Is the kind of Ultron that we wanted in the film. Am I correct?
Yes. That's the menacing part.
So that is why. So this is why we were kind of like blown away or was surprised that Gul'dan was such a big role in this film, and he was so menacing. He wasn't really playing around at all. So that is why we are very happy with Gul'dan. When we saw Gul'dan in this film, we were a bit surprised, to be honest.
Yeah. I totally agree. Gul'dan was good. He was there. He was despicable. He was evil. He was you have the reason to hate Gul'dan. But whereas like if you compare with Ultron, what do you hate him of? I don't feel that feeling. But for Gul'dan, you really like hate him like he killed Duroton, okay? Of course in an illegal way. Yeah. In an illegal way. He used magic, okay? You really feel to disgust him. Yeah.
Yeah, I can say that. Okay, let's talk about the other stuff. What do you think of Ogrim Doomhammer and Black Hand? I'm not talking about this time. I'm not talking about the actors acting as the character, but just because I doubt that you know who are the actors.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the characters themselves? As character development.
I think both of them are actually I can say overall the orcs, the actors that playing the orcs are actually much, in my opinion, way better than those of the Alliance. For Ogrim Doomhammer, he's the best friend of Duroton, so he plays his role like he has a conflict in his heart. He has a conflicting part where he pledged loyalty to the orc, but he doesn't know when to pledge loyalty to Duroton or to the orc. So that's why Ogrim Doomhammer, the character, he has that struggle whether he wants to help, of course, but helps which side. That is the part. While Black Hand, you can say that he's just maybe a lap dog. Yeah. I'm not saying he's bad. He's good as he's a good lap dog. Like he's obeying his master, whatever his master command to Gul'dan. So he just go out and obey. Yeah, Black Hand. Actually, in the Lord, Black Hand is just like that character. Yeah.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because I thought that Black Hand in this film would be a bigger role than Gul'dan. At first. But turns out that Gul'dan was a way much bigger and better. I mean, the bad guy than Black Hand. That's what I think. Okay. Other than that, how do you find as the overall film? I mean, as in terms of editing and sound editing. The screenplay.
The video editing is actually very. I can say it's very, very bad. It's terrible. It's horrible. It's vegetable. It's really horrifying. You know, like from one scene, especially the climax part where King Lane lead his forces against the orc camp at the dark portal.
So the last scene, you meant the last scene.
Yes, the last scene, the climax. There are two scenes happening. Another one is Lothar and Kanga is fighting Medivh. You can say that when King Lane, that part, jumped to the Medivh part, the cutting is terrible. And another bad transition is that when Ogrim Doomhammer like he broke off the tooth of Duroton and broke off the tooth of Duroton, and then it transitioned to the human, the alliance part. It's very confusing. Like you were like what just happened? Like you were lost in the middle of the film.
I wouldn't say confusing. It's more of a very choppy.
Yeah,
I would say choppy instead of confusing.
Choppy.
If you want to talk about the confusing, it would be somewhere where Loktar and Kaga was fighting against McDiff. All of a sudden, we felt like there were cutscenes there, to the point all of a sudden how they enter the golem scene. That scene was kind of a bit confusing because we felt like there was some information there was being cut off or deleted scenes, because when I read the director's interview, the film was supposed to be 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So they had to cut down all the way to 2 hours. So I felt like there were a lot of information that were being held off.
Yeah, I agree. The whole video editing part, especially from one scene transition to another, is just terrible.
So what do you think of the location, like Stormwind City and Iron Forge?
Yeah, it's real. It's actually real. Like when
No, I'm not talking about the CGI. Do you, as a fan of the film, do you think that they brought it back like live action? They did it successfully.
Yeah, they actually did it successfully. It's quite good. They did it successfully. They really bringing back the whole realistic Warcraft. The feels when you play in the game and just transition into a film, it's just totally real.
So you're trying to say that they did bring it to life.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I kind of agree on that. So what do you think? Okay, do you think, this is how I feel at least? Do you think that the director made us care more of the orc instead of the human?
Yeah. Like basically everyone who's been watching this, they feel for Durantan more than King Lane actually.
Because you think about it, generally that people will always side for the human because the way they think orcs are dirty or no brainer, so they think that orcs are generally the bad guy. But in this film, they really tend to make orcs, not all of them by the way, some of the orcs like very good. I mean, as in consider the good guys. So that's why I was hoping that this film would concentrate more on the orcs than the human. But can we say that it was the actors who were portraying some of the human character at fault? Can we blame them? Because they did not portray well enough to make us care for the characters.
I don't really blame. I don't, not to say blame them, but maybe the producer could have better chose other actor, or maybe the actor themselves could have been, I don't know, been more emotional in their part. I believe that the script writing for this film, they did very well for the backstory of the orc. At least the audience know where the orc came from. They came from another world and traveled to Azeroth, the human world, through the dark portal. The backstory of the orc, they just furnish it very well. At least all of the audience know where they came from, their origin. While for human, like as we all know, human just there. They are just there. So that's why this whole film is more focused towards the orc, like where they came from and where they come from and how did they enter the human world. That's why this film is focused more on orcs.
Yeah, I do kind of agree on that because they give too much backstory and more emotional feeling to the orcs instead of the human. Yeah, I kind of agree on that. Wow. So how do you think the overall of the movie, as in like, because the way I feel that, because we know we as Warcraft fan, we know that there will be upcoming sequels to the movie, because we'll be seeing a lot of Troll or Grim Doomhammer and such, because we know the lore. So as the introduction of Warcraft movie, what do you think as overall?
I think that just for fan like us, it's a very good, intriguing, satisfied film. While for the general audience, if you really have any interested in this film, it's actually a quite a good movie, a decent movie. It's not as bad as it seems. Maybe maybe in terms of video editing, okay, you can take that credit away. But overall, it's actually good. It's actually good.
So I gave this film a 6 out of 10, and it still remains after my second viewing with him. So because it was his first viewing, so what kind of ratings? What rating are you gonna give this film?
6.5 out of 10.
Well, that's a 0.5 higher than mine. Why add another
Yeah.
0.5?
Yeah. Just flat 6.5 out of 10.
So can we say that this film is not perfect by all means, but it does try to bring a satisfactory to both to us as a Blizzard fan. I mean Blizzard Warcraft fan.
As Blizzard fan, we are all very satisfied about it, but
As general audience, it's not.
the general audience are not quite there yet. Yeah.
So there, guys. There are guys, but I know that he's not really a special guest. But still a guest to my movie reviews. So I hope you all enjoyed this movie review. If you guys want to see more of us giving our different side of opinions of a movie, just comment down below and give us a comment if you want to see more of us. And make sure to check my links here to see my other movie reviews. I will be including my Warcraft non-spoiler review here as well. And subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all next time. You want to close it?
I want to close it. Bye bye.